Welcome to yoga. Today we're going to do a little stress relief yoga. It's getting into be that time of year. Stress is piling up. We're going to start standing. And we're just going to take some deep breaths in. Actually, let's take a deep breath in and take the arms just halfway up. Little pause here. And then another deep breath in and look up. Hold the breath at the top of the inhale until you can't hold it any longer, and then exhale and just let the arms fall and let the head fall. Little breath in, arms come halfway up. Exhale, deep inhale, look all the way up, root the four corners of the feet, lengthen the spine, lift the belly. Hold the breath at the top of the inhale and yeah, you can make a sound on that. Let's just do that a few more times. Inhale, settle the breath. Inhale, deeply lengthen, reach. Hold the breath and exhale. One more time. Good. Just really using that exhale and squeezing out all of that stale air is a great way to just release that stretch. Let's just do a few little gentle twists. Standing here, we can take the feet out just slightly hip distance apart. And I like to actually use my hands like I'm pushing the water around me. So I'm kind of moving into a meditative state. Go ahead and you can close your eyes if you want, or if that gets you dizzy. Just keep a nice gentle focus about 5 feet in front of you. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Just continue to kind of push that water, that imaginary water around you like you're making circles, ripples in the water, focusing in on the breath and the spiral twist. And take the arms up a little bit. Good, and then bring them down. And make those waves sort of settle. And let's just take a nice deep breath, taking the shoulders to the ears. Squeeze the shoulders behind you, holding at the top of the breath, and then elongate that exhale as you scrape the back wall with the shoulders down and back. Inhale. Squeeze the shoulders behind you. Exhale. Back and down. One more time. Good, keeping that open chest. Let's take the hands to the elbows. Do a little twist and a little teeter-tot here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. See if you can reach that elbow all the way to the hip and the opposite elbow all the way up to the ceiling. Good, maybe a couple of circles. Getting that breath circulating. And reverse. Good. and ooh, nice big crack there. Inhale, stretch the palms of the ceilings towards the back wall. Look up at the ceiling. Exhale, push the computer screen forward. Scoop the pelvis and the belly button towards the spine. Drop the chin to the chest. Couple more times. Big arch. Reach the fingertips back. Inhale, big expansive breath, big expansive body. Exhale, push the screen. Scoop the pelvis. A few more times. Lengthen the breath. When you scoop the pelvis, you should really see that curve in the body. Go ahead and interlace the fingers here and send the palms away from you. Pull the right hip back and the left hip back. And the right. And the left. Welcome. If you're just joining us, just drop right in. We're still warming up. And then release the fingertips and clasp them behind you. Send the pointing fingers down and shoulders open and look up. You can also lift the hands away from the buttocks just to energize those arms, those triceps, and release. Good. All right, just a little warm up. We're gonna take that standing on my left leg, right leg tapping the side, arms coming to the goal post. We're just gonna do some standing abs, lifting the knee to the elbow, and then reaching across the body. So you get that nice long diagonal. So it's a balancing challenge. It's a full body movement, working in opposition with the contraction here and the extension here. And you can exhale into the crunch. Inhale as you lengthen. Matching the movement of the breath with the movement of the body. Good. Shift sides. Goalpost arms. Inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Crunch that waistline. Inhale, release and stretch that arm up and over. Try and test your balance. Use a slow, controlled movement. Ooh, this side is hard to balance today. There we go. And release. Let's just take a few head circles to the right or to the left. Slow, really slow. Today is our anti-stress yoga. Yeah, we're trying to counter the effects of stress with our body movements and our breath. Good. Let's take a nice deep breath in. One last time, we're going to give a nice big exhale, dropping the arms down all the way in the upper body over our legs. And let's come all the way into a forward fold. Maybe you're not ready for straight legs yet. I've got a nice big deep bend in my knees and I'm just hanging out, heavy head, big breath. wag that tail. Little bounce, maybe just straighten the left leg. Keep the right leg bent. And then switch. And switch. And switch. And just tread those knees back and forth, heavy head. Maybe you want to nod your head yes. And maybe you want to nod your head no. And go ahead and come into a nice rounded, lifted belly, core contraction, little ball here, taking weight into the hands. And we're just gonna take our hands behind us and sit down on the mat. We're just gonna do some core exercises to get some heat going. We're gonna come into boat pose. So our legs are off the ground and our arms are up here. And we're just gonna tap those toes one at a time. Inhale, exhale. So the whole leg is moving in the hip joint. We're not kicking like swimming. The whole leg is moving. I've leaned back just enough to engage the core. So you don't want to be sitting on your sits bones and doing this. You want to lean back. There you go. Good. Tapping that those toes. Already I feel that heat going, and let's come down. Nice big stretch. Take the arms above the head. And let's just take the arms down by our sides and lift the upper body off the floor. So reach your upper body off the floor and then hover the legs. Just hover the legs about 4 inches from the floor. Breathe here. And release. Ooh, that got me shaking. We're going to do that one more time. All we're doing, taking a nice deep inhale and lifting the upper body off the floor to the broad line, reaching towards the toes. When we get that established, we lift the legs off the ground just a little bit. 5 breaths. Good, release. Go ahead and bring those knees up and just let them fall to the right and then fall to the left. Loosen up that lower back. Good. Okay. Go ahead and sit up, cross the legs, and then come right over those legs and come into all fours. Let's just do a few cat-cow. Inhale, arch, look up. Exhale, round, look down. And then if you want, you can add a little rounded prayer and then a little arch worm push up. So we're going to do a rounded prayer, lifting the belly button up towards the spine, and then an arch with the knees, chest, and chin touching the floor, and then pushing into the hands for a little tricep warm up. Couple more of these. Good. All right, I'll meet you in prayer. Let's take the hands over to the right and just settle the hips down towards the heels. Get that left side of our body nice and stretched out. Big breath in. Let all the stress just exhale out of you. And hands over to the left. Rounding those shoulders down towards the ground. Big breath. We can really focus on our exhale today. That's the stress melting away. And back to center. Good. We're going to tuck those toes and we're going to come into down dog. Say hello to down dog and just do what you need to do here. Stretching the heels towards the floor. Rooting the palms down, all 5 fingers, the base of the thumb into the mat. We're going to take that right leg off the floor on the inhale, and on the exhale, bring the right knee to the right elbow, and then send it back. One more time, right knee to right elbow. Send it back. Last time, knee to elbow and send it back. Good. Drop that leg and come on down into child's pose. Take the hands down by your ankle. So we're heating up the body, revving it up gently. Just rock back and forth here. Catch your breath, release, surrender. Hands back up to the mat, tuck the toes, back into down dog. Establish the down dog, wrap the shoulders out and down, reach the sits bones towards the ceiling, tuck the rib cage, lift the left leg up, and then bring the left knee to the left elbow, send it back. Left knee to left elbow, send it back. And then left knee to left elbow and send it back. Good. Come down to downward dog. And let's drop the knees and let's do a half chaturanga. So we're going to keep the spine straight, lower down onto the mat. And right here, we're just going to do a nice luscious spine moving into cobra. So we're going to let the back of the neck lead as we push ourselves up. Then the head lifts into full cobra, and then we lead with the chest coming back down to the floor. Forehead falls to the floor at the very end. Slowly, the back of the neck leads, and then the top of the head follows. The chest leads as we descend, and the forehead follows. This is very slow and luxurious. A nice way to heat up those arms. Last time. Beautiful. Tuck the toes, come back through all fours and back into down dog. Let's lift that right leg up and step it all the way forward between our hands. Drop the knee to the mat and just come on up. Get vertical for a second. Release those arms. That was a lot on the arms. Let's take the arms up in the air And let's just go ahead and grab the opposite elbows. Lift the chest towards where the wall meets the ceiling. So you've got that opening. Good. And the hands come down to the mat. And let's push back. The booty reaching towards the heel, and then the nose towards the knee. And come forward, and come back. And push the hips forward, and push the hips back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and coming back to that forward position, tuck the toe and come into a runner's lunge. And let's bring those arms up into crescent. Ooh, lift the chest, look up. And from here, we're going to use the hands and the back leg to push our hands over to the floor and lift that leg up in the air into a standing split. So we're just gonna, that doesn't have to be a split. Mine certainly isn't, but we're reaching that toe towards the ceiling. We're reaching the toe towards the ceiling and the hands are down by the close as you can get to the standing foot, and the nose is reaching towards the standing leg. We're gonna do 10 pulses here with that left leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bend that leg, bring it back down to the mat, and let's close this with a little runner's lunge twist. Right arm comes up, left arm is on the floor. Let's circle that arm. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and bring that hand to the mat, and let's step that right leg back and come down, knees coming to the mat. One more time, we're gonna do our half chaturanga. Slowly lower the torso down to the mat, coming onto our belly. Let's take the hands down by the sides, forehead on the floor. We're gonna inhale. On the exhale, we're gonna lift the upper body, reaching those fingertips towards the feet, and then lift the legs off the floor. Tight glutes. So our legs are as high as they can go, and our fingertips are reaching towards the toes. Breathe here. And release. Forehead comes down to the floor, hands come to the mat. Tuck those toes, come back to all fours, and I'll meet you in down dog. Almost done with warm up. Left leg comes up. Step that foot forward between the hands, drop the knee, untuck the toe, and come on up. Big breath. Shake out those arms. Arms come up. Then go ahead and grab those elbows and lift the chest. And hands come to the mat. Push the pelvis back. Flex the left foot, drop the nose to the knee. Inhale, push the pelvis forward. We're just slowly moving the hip joint, flexing and extending, stretching the hamstring, lifting the belly button towards the spine. Inhale and exhale. Each time you move is a breath. Good. Coming back to our forward position, tuck the toe, push that knee off the floor and come into crescent. Breathe here. Using the momentum of the arms, reaching to the floor and kicking that back leg up. We're going to come into our standing split. Reach the toes towards the ceiling, drop the head down. Hands are on either side of your foot. Mine are actually in front of my toes. And we're going to pulse that leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step that leg back and take your right arm to the mat and your left arm twists up for a delicious, well-deserved spinal twist here. Circling that arm. Hands to the mat, step the leg back into down dog. Last time we're going to do our chaturanga. This time you can do a full chaturanga or a half chaturanga, straight down to the belly. And this time we're going to do a full bow pose. So go ahead and grab the outsides of your feet, the top of your arch. Forehead on the floor, inhale. On the exhale, press the feet into the hands, lifting the thighs off the floor and the upper body. Breathe. And on the exhale, release, hands come to the mat on either side of the chest. And let's just push back into prayer. Let's take the knees wide on this prayer and relax, surrender. Good. All right, let's do our pranayama. Coming onto our knees. Whew, I'm getting hot in here. Actually, I'm going to get some water. Turn off the heat. And now we can mark the end of our warm-up with 20 breaths. However you want to do them. On your knees, sitting, standing. Taking time to inhale, reach, look up, and exhale through prayer. 20 breaths. 3 more. On that third one, keep those arms up, interlace the fingers, send the palms to the ceiling. Woo. Lengthen and walk the shoulders up the ladder, right, left, a little higher, right, left, maybe one last wiggle, and then release the arms, and keeping that nice regal lift in the chest. Excellent. Let's come to standing. All right, so since today's class is all about releasing stress, we're going to keep with this idea of kind of sweating it out. We're going to do a little modified sun salutation. So let's come to our middle of our mat. Let's take a nice deep breath in, sweeping the arms up. And a nice dive through those arms into a forward fold. And then a nice inhale coming up halfway. And release back into the forward fold. Don't forget to tuck that chin at the end of your forward fold, yeah? Step the feet out to down dog. Good, we're gonna do the same thing we did earlier, lifting that right leg up, but this time we're gonna bring the knee to the left elbow, back up, left elbow, back up. Last time, left elbow, back up. And this time, step that foot forward, drop the heel, and let's come into warrior one. So part of relieving stress is getting out of our head. And one of the best ways to get out of our head is to do some hard things with our body. Because we have to focus on the challenge. Good, let's take some different arms here. Let's take the left arm underneath the right and let's come into eagle arms. Warrior one with eagle arms. Let's lift those elbows up and look up. And then let's exhale, dropping the torso down into humble warrior with eagle arms. And then back up. Keep those eyes open. You really need to use your focus and your eyes to keep your balance. Inhale as you come up to warrior one with eagle arms. Exhale as you take the torso down into humble warrior with eagle arms. One more time. Keep that right knee over the right ankle. Good. Unhook those arms and let's come into warrior two. Woo! Breathe. Now, usually we go into reverse warrior and we do a flow. This time we're actually going to tilt the other way. Let's tilt the right arm down to the floor and tap the floor with the right fingertips and then come back to warrior two. Down again, tip, touch, pull yourself back up. One more time. And now we're going to pinwheel those arms down to the mat. Let's pull that back leg a little closer to the front leg. And let's straighten the front leg and drop the head to the knee. Pull the right hip back. See if you can keep both legs straight. All right, coming back down to the floor. we're going to actually stand up on the right leg. So put your weight on your right leg, keep that left leg off the floor, and see if you can come all the way up to the knee towards the chest. So I'm lifting that left knee towards my chest, finding the length here. Cross the left leg across the right thigh and come into eagle legs. Eagle legs, chair arms. Breathe. If you want, you can take your hands in prayer. Unhook that leg. Send it back. Hands come to the mat and step back into down dog. Do a little flow if you want, a little vinyasa if you want, through Chaturanga, Cobra, or just hang out in down dog. Now we're going to do the other side. Let's lift the left leg up. Bring the left knee to the right elbow 3 times. Then step the leg through, drop the heel, and come into warrior 1. Woo, big exhale. I'm gonna open my door. Okay, we're in warrior 1 on the left side. Now we're gonna do the eagle arms, but with the other arm on top. So this time, right arm comes down and around. Last time we did left, right comes down and around. Inhale, look up and take the elbows up. Exhale, bring the torso down. Drop the elbows down towards the pelvis. Release the head, humble warrior with eagle arms. Keep going with this flow. Inhale and exhale. Now, if you need to do 2 breaths as you travel upward or downward, that's okay. I'm certainly breathing a little hard myself. Last time through humble warrior, come back up and let's unhook those arms, flatten out the pelvis and come into warrior 2. Make sure your heel is shooting towards your arch. Here we go with our tipping. We're gonna tip the fingertips down, touch the floor, tap the floor, come right back up. And tip. And breathe. And tap. One more time. Good. Pinwheel the arms down towards the mat. Lift the back heel. Bring it a little closer to the front foot. Leave the hands where they are on either side of the front foot. And just release the forehead down towards the left knee. Pull that left hip back. When you're ready, bend the front knee, step back into down dog, stay in down dog, or do one last vinyasa through Chaturanga, Cobra, and down dog. And then let's just walk the feet to the hands, bend the knees, and roll to standing. Ooh, excellent. Get some water. And let's settle our mind with tree pose. Taking the right leg up, placing the foot on the inside of the left thigh, checking our balance and our focus, lifting the belly. And our arms go wherever our body tells them to go. And when you're ready, let's just take that knee and bring it in front and hug the knee to the chest and circle that ankle. Other direction. Grab the toes with the left hand and then send the knee down towards the floor as you pull the heel towards the groin. Woo. Good. And release. Shake it out. Shake out the standing leg. Other side. Starting with simple tree. When you're ready, go ahead and grab that knee and bring it in front of you. Hug the knee to the chest. Circle that ankle. And then grab the toes. Pull the heel towards the groin and send the knee down towards the floor. Yeah, today is a balancing challenge day. Falling a little bit. All right, good. Let's come onto our mats. Good, 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 good. Onto our backs, we're going to do one last core exercise here. Very simple. We're going to inhale, arms above the head, long line. Exhale, swing the arms down and come up into a tight ball. And then inhale, stretch back down to the mat. Exhale, full body, come all the way up. See if you can balance on your sits bones for a second. And then slowly and controlled come down with a graceful extension. This is really good for when you had a stressful day and you just need a full body release and a full body engagement. If it's hard to balance, you can keep your toes on the floor, but I challenge you to lift those toes about 2 to 3 inches off the floor when you create that tight ball right here. Good. And release. Okay, let's come up to sitting with the legs extended and take a nice deep breath here. On the exhale, reach forward like somebody's handing you something and you're trying to grab it. So you hinge at the hips and then release and let the spine layer down over those legs. Drop the chin to the chest. Keep the feet flexed. Breathe and release. And slowly come on up. Take the hands behind you. Inhale. Squeeze the chin to the chest and the shoulders behind you. Exhale. Press the pelvis up for reverse plank. Breathe. On the exhale, release the pelvis. And then let's come over onto our side. Let's take the top leg in front of the bottom leg. Right hand right underneath the shoulder. And we're going to inhale and come into side plank. Woo! Coming from that position is challenging. Just lift those hips. Side plank on the right arm. And then lower down. Now, if you want to do a modified version, the right leg can be tucked underneath you, and you can just come up onto the knee. And you can lift that leg if you want. Yeah. Modified side plank. Excellent. And release. Flip around, and we'll try the other side. So you can do full side plank, top leg in front of the bottom leg, or you can put your top leg on top of your bottom leg. That's a little bit more challenging. If you want to do the modified version, tuck the knee underneath the top leg, push the pelvis up, and then if you want, you can lift that top leg. Side plank. I've got my right foot in front of my left. My left arm should be right underneath my left shoulder, and I'm looking up towards the ceiling. And release. Woo, nice. Take those legs out, dance or stretch. We'll do a little rainbow flow here. Right arm comes up and over. Try and grab those left toes. Inhale, recover. Exhale, left arm taps the right toes. Just sway back and forth. Rooting the pelvis into the ground. Gentle body, gentle breath. Good. And coming center. Let's just walk the hands slowly out in front of us, keeping the feet flexed if you can, and just relax the head and the torso down between the legs. Try to keep the toes going up towards the ceiling. Don't let them pull forward and round forward. See if you can keep that energy going up towards the ceiling as you release the torso forward. Slowly walking the hands up when you're ready. And let's come back onto our backs. One last delicious, yummy stretch. Take the right ankle and place it on top of the left thigh. Bring that foot off the floor. Pull the left thigh towards your chest while you push the right knee away. Ooh, that should feel super good. Breathe. Go ahead and let the right knee fall to the right. And go ahead and look over your left shoulder. So this is a spinal twist, but it's a little funky because we still have that right ankle on the left knee. And recover. And then drop the right foot to the left side and look over the right shoulder. And recover and unhook that right leg off the thigh. Go ahead and shake the legs out. Whew. And then try the other side. Left ankle to right thigh. Grab hold of the back of the right thigh, the hamstring, with the right arm, and then push the left knee away. So you're pulling the right thigh towards you as you're pushing the left knee away. Keeping the feet flexed to protect your ankles. On the exhale, let the knee fall to the left and look over your right shoulder. Using the exhale to pull yourself back to center. Let the knees fall to the right, looking over the left shoulder. And bringing yourself back to center, unhook the ankle and shake out the legs. Grab hold of the big toes with your finger and see if you can just rock yourself into happy baby, pulling the thighs to the chest, trying to keep the lower back on the floor. Good. Go ahead and bring those knees in. Let the feet fall to the floor. And let's just do a very simple bridge here, just to extend. Inhale. On the exhale, press the pelvis up and just hold here. See how high you can get that pelvis. And just breathe. On the exhale, bring the pelvis down to the floor and let the knees just fall to the right and to the left a few times. Gentle movement, gentle breath. Extending the legs and the arms, finding your long length along the floor. Let's take a nice deep breath in and hold the breath at the top of the inhale. Squeeze everything in your body that you can possibly squeeze, your face, your shoulders, your elbows, your glutes, your knees, your toes, your hair. And release. Stick out your tongue, say, ah. Close your eyes and find yourself coming into Shavasana. I'm going to find us a nice Shavasana song. And we will do a deep relaxation for about 3 minutes. You can stay in Shavasana, or you can come to sitting, bring your hands to prayer, and seal your practice today with some gratitude for the work that we've done, the practice of yoga that always brings new discoveries, new challenges, and new ways to humble ourselves. We are grateful for our bodies that can do the work, and for each other for showing up and creating this community of practice, of yoga practice. The spirit in me salutes the spirit in you. Namaste. Thank you for coming.